Hi everyone, and welcome back to MindSpanse. I'm Craig, and today we're going to be continuing our meditation exercises, focusing on letting go of attachments. And I'm going to do a whole nother one on words and how we use words and whatever. So everyone thinks of letting go of attachments differently. So some people think of it as getting rid of material things or whatnot. And what I view it as is really understanding the constructs that we've developed, the habits we've developed since we're born, actually, and learning how those constructs influence the way we make decisions and the way we react and the way we feel, and trying to get rid of all of those things so that we can get to a point of what we'll call neutral awareness, where you see everything, you're engaged in everything, and you can be engaged in anything and everything, but you're not connected to that. You're not allowing things to draw you in, you're not reacting to things, you're looking at things from a neutral perspective. And through that process, we tend to gain an elevation in peace and joy and happiness and clarity and focus and energy and all those great things that we all try to accomplish in our everyday lives. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to tell you a little story, but first, stretch. We got to do our stretching. Happens to be a beautiful day here. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a second and release. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Smile. And here's the story. So, we all have headsets. Some, I guess, if you have wireless headsets, but you used to have headsets. And you put them in your pocket, and no matter what you do, it could be 2 seconds, but somehow those things get tangled in such a terrible way, and it drives you crazy, particularly when the phone rings and you're trying to do something. So what I'd like you to think about is that moment where you get that headset totally tangled up. And if you try to untangle it quickly, it just gets more difficult, right? So in order to really accomplish untangling it, you have to sort of look at the knots and see how they're put together, and then you try to loosen them a little bit to see more how they're put together. And then at some point you get to sort of a crux move where you say, oh, if I do this, then I can untangle the whole thing. And that's sort of the approach that I want to take as it relates to this concept of attachments and letting go of attachments. First, you need to understand and analyze how you've developed these constructs over the course of your life, and how you react to certain situations, and then little by little we'll practice some exercises that allow us to loosen those knots so we can study them a little better. And then how are we going to apply all that knowledge once we've sort of unraveled these things to our everyday life and to how we make decisions and how we react to certain situations, whether we're anxious or we're afraid or angry or super happy or whatever it is, so that we can get to this point of neutrality. And the point is not to be neutral in everything. Of course, we're human and we should enjoy being human and have fun and or feel sad or whatever it is, but not to be attached to those things in such a way that it alters our ability to be peaceful, and alters our ability to make good decisions, and alters our ability to function. So I'm going to leave it at that. I think the one thing I might add is that in society changes, right? So what used to be considered okay is not considered okay, and what used to be considered not okay is okay over the course of life. So, but when we're born, they put these constructs on us of this is what's good and this is what's bad, and this is what you can do and this is what you can't do. And then our parents have their own set of constructs that put that stuff on us, and our friends have their own set of constructs that put that on us, and more and more and more of these things, not dissimilar than how your body learns to operate independent. You don't think about walking. Sometimes you do. You don't think about talking. You're not totally connected to your cells replicating, that's for sure, or your T cells fighting off a disease or something like that. So there's all these things going on autonomously, and the same thing happens emotionally, and how we react to things emotionally, and how we react to things as it relates to decision making. And so it's almost silly if you start to really look at some of the decisions that you make, and you're reacting to something that has absolutely nothing to do with the situation at hand. It's just your natural reaction, and that's sort of the way we're constructed, so that we can deal with a lot of stuff. And but we need to unravel that. We need to detach from that and look at the core, look at the true self, and then follow the wisdom of the true self, and that will lead to greater clarity, greater energy, and greater peace. So I wish you all a phenomenal day. I know we're all going through a tough time, so be patient with yourself. Be patient with the people around you. Lots of love and peace, and thank you very much. If you like this, like it, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and share it with people that you think might benefit from it. We're going to be doing a bunch of videos around this, and I think you'll really enjoy them. So have a great evening, and I will speak to you soon.